At Oasis Premium Recovery, we specialise in helping people with substance abuse, behavioural addictions, as well as eating disorders and mental health struggles, of course. Our admissions process is very thorough, so we do a clinical assessment with one of our psychotherapists, where we're going to talk through what our clients are struggling with, exactly how we can help them, of course, and find a program that's suitable for them. So we're going to collect the clients from Malaga Airport, where they normally land. There's also an option to land in Gibraltar, whatever's more convenient for the client. And straight away, we take them to our general practitioner who specialises in mental health and substance abuse. And you're going to sit down with him. You're going to tell him any medications you're taking, any symptoms you're having. If you need a detox or a medical detox, that's when this will be established. The reason for a detox, of course, would be to avoid any adverse side effects. We want to completely avoid that, of course, and make the detox as painless as possible and safe for our clients coming in who need to have a detox.
At Oasis, we work with a 360 approach of our recovery program. Everything is 100% tailored for our clients. We offer a wide range of activities and therapies such as yoga, meditation, sound therapy, personal trainer. You will never be bored if you are at Oasis. And all this happens in a calm and peaceful environment in Marbella.
Rather than completely talking therapy and different theoretical backgrounds, we look at the mind, body and the spirit. So we work with spirituality, your soul. We work with the somatic, so we do breathing exercises, working with the parasympathetic system, the nervous system, moving you from fight and flight and teaching you how to calm and regulate your own nervous system, so therefore you calm and regulate your own emotions, along with nutritional advice, good nutrition, if good goes in, good comes out, and taking a look at your entire system holistically, how you're operating within the world, your lifestyle, changing your lifestyle choices. So we add in, again, yoga, and that's not just about being flexible, that's about breathing through stressful positions and learning how to regulate your own system physically. The same with the TRE therapy that we do as well. Trauma is stored in the body, and a lot of people don't realize this, so we wander around tense, we wander around, if we're triggered, the body reacts, and the trauma release therapy allows this out of your body. So not only are we working with your mind, we're working with you with your physiology as well as your spirituality. So kind of looking at the technical word would be the homeostasis of your system. And I use my theoretical background as a framework to bounce off in order to be able to understand the client, understand the client's needs, understand where they've come from and where they're trying to get to and what their blocks are in the way, and then we work with it that way. So it's like adding lots of ingredients and making a blend in the end. So the therapy is very bespoke. I don't fit the client to the therapy, I fit the therapy to the client.
Art therapy is great for clients in a recovery centre from the point of view that it's one of the therapies where talking is not necessary, and so clients can express themselves through the art materials. Talking does happen as well with the therapist, with me, to process what's going on for the client and also to talk about what they're producing and what that means to them, and so it can be a combination really of talking and just doing the arts.
Being a horse lover myself and owning horses, I kind of naturally progressed into equine therapy. At first I was a little bit skeptical. The more I kind of trained within it, the more I utilized it with clients, the more I realized that this really has a very, very powerful impact on people. But the horse will, first of all, will mirror your emotions. So if you are stressed, if you are anxious, the horse will pick up on that and will become tense, because horses as a herd will follow a leader, not because the leader is dominant or aggressive, but the leader is the horse or the human who has inner confidence, knows where the food is, knows where the water is, knows how to regulate their own system. So there's this trust that builds up. I teach play with horses, I teach voice commands, and as people progress through equine therapy, it moves past simply being for instance, a peaceful and tranquil place to be where you can talk openly and you're in nature and not sitting in a clinical office, but also where you can actually add in practical exercises and begin to bond with all the horses and then move them, which people then take out into the real world and begin to set boundaries for themselves, which were never there before, feel confident in perhaps confrontation where they're not going to crumble or they're not going to have to become extremely aggressive in order to get their point across. All of these skills can be learned within equine therapy, which is why I began to add it into my work.
So I use a lot of functional breathing and functional movement, not only to help them to breathe better, because I find it's very common, and I say that I find that in every client that they come feeling a lot of anxiety, and that obviously makes your breathing very shallow. A lot of people are battling anxiety for a very long time, so their breathing becomes very dysfunctional, and so I try to address that first. The Wim Hof method can help us address that as well. And I integrate the breath work with the functional breathing, and then trying to help them to develop that mindset and then the cold exposure.
So of course we offer different group therapies. In the morning we'll have process group where the clients sit down and really explore their emotions. How are they feeling inside? Really, how are they feeling? Listening to other people and their emotions. And it's really powerful really, because you realize you're not on your own. You see that there's other people who are also struggling in the exact same way that you are. And we're really not that special. There are other people who feel exactly the same way. And this is a way to help people understand they're not on their own. It's very, very powerful, the magic that you get in a group session. On top of that, of course, we have the relapse prevention sessions, the cognitive behavioral sessions, and how to rewire the mind and the thinking, the negative thoughts and emotions, the self-esteem and self-confidence, the 12-step workshops, if that's a route someone wants to go down. There's all different types of workshops we do, and therapies, of course, as well. Our facility is a beautiful place. It's very boutique, very modern. And we have a fully equipped gym, we have a fully equipped spa with a sauna, a steam room, a jacuzzi. Of course, these things are bonuses. So the clinical aspect and the program itself is the most important thing, but it's very nice to have a beautiful place to be after a long day of treatment, let's say. And of course, at the end of the day, you want to relax, you want to unwind the mind, and you can do this by using our outdoor pool, our steam room, our jacuzzi, the sauna, the tennis courts, as well as the gym as well. Our cinema room, we have a 4D immersive meditation room, which is really cool. Our clients love that. And yeah, we want to give holistic activities as well and tools that they can use when they leave the facility. To deal with any emotion or triggers that pop up when they leave, of course, and they're independent on their own. We have 3 chefs that work at Oasis and they rotate. All of them are amazing, very, very good food. We serve breakfast, lunch and dinner. We always have a mix of meat, fish, vegetarian option. But if there's any, of course, special dietary requirements that our clients have or allergies, we will cater for them as well. So we're one of the only facilities in Europe that offer lifetime aftercare. So this means that when the client leaves the centre, we put them into a session with our therapist or life coach or a counsellor, psychologist, whoever's running the session at the time, and we talk about how they're feeling, how they're getting on after treatment, any fears or resentments, any triggers that they've experienced. And this happens twice a week, online on Zoom, so they can do it from wherever they came from.
The ideal client for Oasis is someone who admits that need to do some changes to their lives, who struggle with either addiction, mental health, eating disorders, and of course someone who is willing to be part of a recovery program, and also someone who values their privacy, since confidentiality is one of our main values here at Oasis.
Thank you so much for listening. And if you have any other questions or need some more information, please don't hesitate to contact our admissions team today.